Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, this channel is just recording a video, completely unscripted, no editing, just being a fucking human and raw and vulnerable at times. Truly just being. So if that resonates with you, then feel free to subscribe. Okay. Is this working? I didn't even test it. I feel like I look disheveled as fuck right now. I usually shower in the mornings and in the evenings, but this morning I did not. And I just worked and fucking coded all day. and the result is me feeling like I look disheveled as fuck, or me actually looking disheveled as fuck. But yeah, today was an awesome day. I got to show you guys this new keyboard that my girlfriend got me for Christmas. Do you see that? I'm going to turn off this light so you can see those beautiful colors. I programmed those colors. Well, I didn't program them in. Like, you press a little light button on it and it'll change settings. Like, there's one to have, like, if you press like J, then like red will just emanate from the J. Or if you press like 3, red will emanate from the 3. Or there's like a rainbow that just like goes through your keyboard. But this one was my favorite. This one was hands down my favorite, and I think they call it raining jelly beans. And listen to this. This is what it sounds like. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know if you could actually hear it, but I just coded and coded and coded on this fucking baby, and it was amazing. I had a great time with it. So, yeah, if you're new to this channel, you would know that I don't script anything. I just press record and I just start talking. And this channel actually started. I had an old channel that was dedicated, like, basically purely to internal family systems therapy and applying it to anxiously attached, overthinking, perfectionistic individuals. Because I think one of my strong suits as a human is frameworks and building frameworks and making them easily explainable to people. And I did it. I started it as a business opportunity, and it didn't pan out the way that I wanted. And I had a product offering in mind that didn't pan out as I had wanted. And undergirding all of that, I just stopped liking making the fucking content. I stopped liking it fully. But I loved, like, I hated the scripting, I hated the editing, but what I loved was like actually like recording. I thought it was so fun. And so now I have this like part of me that loves recording. And on top of that, this is day 21, or video 21, or maybe 22. I don't remember. I want to fucking post a video, 90 videos, as a challenge. And I want to keep going because I have faith that I can just simply be myself and my tribe will find me. That I don't need to do all of these things in order to be liked, in order to be inherently lovable. So I stopped posting content on that other channel, and I started this channel, which is, it's so lightweight, so frictionless. I press record. I have this DJI mic. Like, I don't do anything super professional, but I love my camera. I fucking love my camera. It's awesome for low light, FX3. I literally have a video where I just geek out for like 20 minutes on the FX3 and how the pixels are like buckets that just suck in light. And on every other camera, it's just like very small pixels that don't drink up the light like an FX3 does. And so I always record at night. This is a low light setting. I'm shooting at ISO 12,800 and it's this clean. It's fucking clean. But so I started this channel just being every day. And I even, like, the part of me that is like highly perfectionistic and thinking that I need to be something in order to be loved or be whatever, to be enough, fundamentally. And I have to be someone in order to prove that I'm not broken, fundamentally. That's the core belief, the exiled part of me that I'm integrating. And it's been a slow, and it's gonna be a lifelong relationship with this part of me. But I'm building the fucking relationship. But even creating this channel has been a slow kind of easing into it. Like, I remember when I first started this channel, I wanted to have like rough outlines of things that I'm going to talk about. And it's like within like 3 videos, like the whole point was like I wanted to speak loosely on topics, and I thought that I still needed to talk about internal family systems in order for me to find my tribe. And I just said, fuck it. No. I'm truly just gonna be me. I even find myself not really even thinking in terms of parts anymore. It's very interesting. Or speaking in terms of parts anymore. I do still think in terms of parts, but by and large, I feel very fulfilled and I feel very integrated with my life. And in my parts, I feel like are all happy. And maybe not they're all happy. I mean, the Lord knows I still have my parts that feel shame. I still have my parts that feel anxious. I still have my parts that have crazy fears. But I'm traversing life, I think, beautifully right now. And I define beautiful. I'm traversing life in a way that I fucking want to. Which, honestly, I think is the whole fucking point of doing internal family systems in the first place. I'm leading. I wouldn't change a fucking thing about my life. The only fucking thing I would change is getting a fucking proper desk. And that's fucking getting shipped here. But it's expected to restock in early January, whatever that means. And it's already January 3rd. And so I'm still sitting on the ground and using my coffee table. But honestly, I wouldn't change a fucking thing about my life right now. Not one. I love my girlfriend. I'm flourishing in my relationship with her. I'm loving my direction of my career. I think I have a fantastic, my relationship with my family has never been better. I feel like I'm spending time with my good friends. We're closer in ways that we weren't in the past, for lack of better terms. I'm doing this video thing. Like, I fucking love it. I'm happy. I truly, 2025 was a really rough year. It was a rough year. I quit my job. I started the whole, I started the whole like self-employment thing because I wanted to. I mean, when I worked in finance, and they say that that's like the pinnacle, or at least I was sold that is the pinnacle of a professional career. You could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be in finance. I fucking would never want to be a lawyer. The bodily functions and not bodily functions, but like open wounds and surgeries creep me the hell out. So that's 2 of the 3 are gone. And then there was finance. At least that's what my child brain saw as the opportunity or the options that I had in life. And from a very young age, actually, I can't say very young, but from an early enough age where I started developing a sense of self and how I thought I was going to fit in society, it was finance. And then I got into finance and I fucking hated it. It wasn't for me. I really disliked my day-to-day a lot. I learned some amazing things. Finance, the layer of finance is built on top of accounting. Any financial analysis you do is built on top of accounting. And any real estate finance you do is also built on top of real estate accounting, which is its own domain, I think. There's accounting and real estate accounting. And if you're an accountant, you probably know way fucking more than me, but that's my understanding. And so by being in finance, like learning accounting, I think accounting is a beautiful skill. I think it is a truly beautiful skill. And being in finance, you learn how businesses operate. You learn what a revolver is. You learn what a second secured term loan is. You know what happens in bankruptcy. You know what bankruptcy is. You know what the role of a CFO is, a CEO. You know what marketing is. You know what sales is. You know how to determine how healthy a business is, the profitability of a business. You learn what a cost center is versus a profit center. You learn what EBITDA is. You know, so many things where if the goal is to go and have a career in business, I thought that I got a lot out of it. But there came a point where there was nothing more for me to learn. And I knew I didn't want to stay in finance because I didn't want to, I thought it was so, I hated just like the day in and day out of, you have these investments that you monitor. Don't get me wrong, I think I was actually very good at it. Obviously, as a beginner, as with all beginners, I wasn't very good. But like I said in the beginning, I can develop frameworks and conceptual architectures. And I can create processes that are quite optimized, and I can teach. And it got to a point in finance where I was having analysts and I was able to teach the analysts. And I think I did a fucking killer job with that. There are things that I did not do a killer job at, but I did a killer job with teaching. And I did a killer job with explaining. And I loved being the go-to guy to ask questions, like by the subordinate positions. I think that's the right way to phrase it. Like I got good at it, but like the actual act of staying on top of investments, it just didn't really, I didn't care for it very much. I didn't care. I didn't find it interesting. I didn't feel like my soul at all. At all. And now when I'm coding, it's like I love it. I love it. And I don't want to divulge too much, like what it is that I'm coding for and my goal with coding. But it's all around my career, and I believe that I am positioning myself to let my career just really take off and blossom financially and emotionally. And like the reason why 2025 was so difficult was because I tried to start a business. It fucking failed. It failed. What do you do? I mean, I felt like I was at, I mean, what do you tell your girlfriend? What do you tell your girlfriend's family or your girlfriend's family's friend? Your friends, your parents. What do you tell yourself? It was really hard. And like I had to pick up the pieces many, many times. I had to pick up the pieces many times, like in 2025. And I felt all the shame. I felt all the self-hatred. I felt all the confusion. I felt the stress about the money. I felt all of it. And I truly feel like I'm out on a better side. And part, I believe, of what made me able to, I'm going to turn this cup around so you can see. I got this when I was visiting my friend. Here, there we go. I got this when I was visiting my friend Isaac when he was interning in Washington, D.C. And I visited him. And there was this little farmer's market. And I remember there was this, I think it was a Korean married couple. And it was a Sunday. And they had a lot of like homemade pottery and clay like this. I don't know. Yes, it was, I loved it. I saw this and I literally, I said, Isaac, we don't need to get this. And we walked like 4 minutes down and I looked at him. I said, dude, I'm sorry. Can we please turn back? I want to get this. But what I'm brewing in it right now is barley tea. It's so good. It warms you up on these cold nights and it's caffeine free. Oh, I love it. I love it. I freaking love it. Something else that I got from that cute little shop were these little things. You see it? Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. How adorable is that? I'm trying to, I don't want to set the cup down because that risks it falling on my piano. Can you even see it? Maybe if I do this. Isn't that adorable? So not only did I get that, but I got a second one. So they have each other. And I just sit them on top of my piano. What the hell was I talking about? Just 2025 being a very difficult year. This is what I was saying. Doing the hard work of internal family systems therapy, I feel like is what gave me the foundation to have the courage and the confidence in quitting my position in the first place, leaving this very, like the pinnacle of at least the path that I was going down. Above all, if I didn't do internal family systems therapy and I still quit and tried to do this thing, let's just say that I didn't get the courage to leave my job despite looking in the face of challenges with money or emotions or whatever. Let's just say that I had the courage still without doing internal family systems. The freaking feelings that I felt shortly after leaving my job, the unknown, staring into the abyss, the shame, the outright shame in failing so freaking hard, the stress. I feel like I would have never been able to navigate it effectively. I would have stayed paralyzed because there were many days where I was paralyzed as hell. I would have stayed anxious. I would have panicked. And it's precisely because of internal family systems and the toolbox that I got from it, and being able to speak with my parts, be able to understand their fears, be able to understand the burdens that I'm carrying, being able to understand myself and develop a relationship with myself, being able to go to the part of me that is running a million miles an hour in my mind, not letting me effectively problem solve, not letting me effectively pivot because it's trying to think of a million different things for me to do and never landing on one, which is actually sabotaging me in the way that it's trying to protect me against, which is it's trying to, this part of me is trying to get me to do something awesome, but by keeping me from doing anything, I would never do anything awesome in the first place. So, you know, and being able to step back and bring awareness to whatever's happening, get curious about that part of me, understand what part of me it's protecting, you know, very young, childlike part of me that's just feels a tremendous shame and tremendous feelings of brokenness and unlovability, unless I'm, you know, well, just feelings of something's wrong with me. Something is inherently wrong with me. And then the protective part says, well, we can overcome those feelings and we can get rid of those feelings if we are better, if we are more, if we have more achievement, if we have whatever you think. And that protective part of me's belief is, or at least it was, it still is, but it's integrated. It doesn't run me. I work with it. But the belief is, it gets so twisted and warped from, you know, from when you're a kid. Like when you're a kid and you first experience that primary feeling of like, one sec, I'm meeting my girlfriend to get pokey. And I'm just staying cognizant of when she texts me. The first primary feeling you experience as a child, or that I felt, you know, they call this an exiled part, was a feeling like I'm broken and I'm inherently less than and other than, and something's wrong with me. I'm completely and totally unlovable, and it is impossible for me to ever just be loved as I am. That's the primary. And it gets so perverse as you go through life because other parts of you start to try to make you not feel that. And it's a beautiful attempt that they have, but the way they try to make you not feel it can manifest in any ways, or any sort of way. And the way it manifested with me was in my career, in business. Okay, my girlfriend texted me, so I got to wrap up pretty shortly. But it would manifest in my career, in business. And so what would happen, what the original belief is like, I'm unlovable as I am. And then the protective part slides in and layers itself on top. This is the secondary emotion. And it's now no longer what's in your mind is this feeling or this belief of I'm less than, I'm inherently less than. The protective belief comes on, and to just ease the pain, it says, no, I am inherently unlovable because I haven't achieved enough yet. And we're going to become lovable if we achieve X, Y, and Z. Do you see what I'm saying? And so before you know it, that is the operating system running your life, running my life, running, I mean, according to internal family systems, running, everyone has those parts, those protective parts. And so that's what I mean by over time, you know, the original injury becomes so perverse and warped and distorted from the original injury because, I mean, for the best of intentions, your protective parts try to protect you and they try to help you, but in ways that, you know, only a child can rationalize, you know, like that part of you gets frozen in time as a child. It's still a kid. Of course it makes sense that that's what it believes will help you. Of course it makes sense. And it deserves a lot of love. It's trying to help. And so that was my journey. Like through leaving my job, it was like one of the biggest triggers. And I don't think triggers are bad things. I think they are things that are opportunities to bring awareness to your system. And so I had so many fucking triggers in 2025, like an unbelievable amount due to leaving my job. And not just leaving my job, but what ensued from leaving my job. And you know, at first they were too challenging, but at some point I had to sit down with them and I had to really build the relationship with them. Yes, we are meeting there. I'm asking her ETA because I hate being late. I think it's not right. I think it's disrespectful. I think it's not fair. And that's probably why I don't like when people aren't timely for me. Let me see what she said. 8:10. Okay, so I'll wrap this up within 10 minutes. Because the place is close by. It's like a little like neighborhood spot. But yeah, I worked with a lot of my unlovability and a lot of my shame in 2025 in ways that I believe have allowed me to just pursue the things that I'm interested in. Of course, I have my parts that are still hyper-focused on career. And so as a result, my interests are inherently business-oriented, business-aligned. But the shame around how I'm doing it, my path, my timing, how I look to the outside, so much of that has just melted away. And it's weird because it's like I don't know what came, I don't know exactly what it is. Did I find something I love that also seems like a great business opportunity and that's why I'm not feeling all those terrible things? Or is it precisely because I worked with those parts of me that carry those terrible feeling things and I let them drop them, that I was able to find something that aligned naturally with me and naturally with my interests and was inherently business oriented? What was it? Was it a little bit of both? I truly don't know. But I'll fucking never know. But I know for sure. Working with my parts was an extremely strong working with my parts, if it was between me working with my parts and me just naturally finding something I liked, I know me working with my parts was a significant part of that equation. If it wasn't 100% of the reason why I feel like I'm in this place where I want to be right now, I know it was a fucking significant part. And guys, I know, like, I'm gonna have my downs, I'm gonna have my lows. Of course I'm going to. But I feel like I made it through 2025, and at least for that, I'm so happy. I want to be more precise. It's not that I'm happy that I just simply made it through 2025. It's that I grew so much in 2025. I grew, it's like I took years worth of growth and just compressed it into 1 year. And I'm only talking about my career realm. I'm not even talking about my relationship realm and how that has blossomed and how that has grown with my girlfriend. And that's an equally big pillar in life. Damn, my forearm looks good, doesn't it? I feel like the gym has kind of been, I feel like that's one thing that's kind of been suffering a little bit, but I'm not too bad. I'm going back into fortitude training by Dr. Scott Stevenson. I love the framework. I love his ideology, and I love it. It's so, there's a lot of novel stimulus occurring all the time. So it's like, it's not like on month 3, you're going to do the same frickin' movement that you've done for the last 3 months every Friday. It's not like that at all. It's designed to it's loose with structure and loose with movements, but it's rigid in the perfect ways. So I guess I'll just leave it at that. Let's have another sip of barley tea. Why don't we? I hope it's still recording. Yeah. I think I'll call it there, guys. Thanks for watching. Truly, it means the world to me. One of my New Year's resolutions for 2026. Did I even talk about New Year's resolutions? I don't think I did. Okay, I will absolutely have to do that tomorrow or something. But one of my New Year's resolutions, and I have 4. One of them is to make 183 videos in 2026, which is approximately 365 days divided by 2, rounded up by 1 video. That's one of my goals. So let's fucking do it. I want to do it and have it broken down by month. I think I need to do like 20 something videos per month. I'm blanking. I could just divide 183 by 12, but I can't do that mental math right now. And even if it wasn't right now, it would still take me some time. But I have it on an Excel sheet. But I'll leave it at that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. And I like to release these videos. I'm going to be releasing them on average 4 days a week. So that's it. I'll see you guys the next time.